we're about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Jets. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys, well, everybody knows it. One win away from a perfect regular season. What an unbelievable year they've had to this point. Opposite him, the Jets' Aaron Glenn. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former first-round selection back in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Dart from the gun on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one. Able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. Up the middle they go. Gay. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Byron Young there on the stop. 2nd and 10.
At the Broncos' 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gay. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. This defense for the Broncos, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Results in a fourth down.
And his kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, And they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around it. Number 32, dead last in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Mahomes now to throw. His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll run on first down. Gay. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. The way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets add 6 to their lead. Extra point through the snowflakes. Up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fighting throw.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now a give, right side. LeBlanc. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Mahomes. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
They run the counter. It's Morrison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Dart. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And we'll see how much usage they want to give him here Week 18, but he entered the weekend as the NFL's leader in receiving yards amongst running backs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, LeBlanc. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again.
1st down, Denver.
Mahomes going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Broncos.
Easy. Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, Dart. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard
Dart.
line.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing, Dart. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. To throw is Dart. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. to throw. And going deep for Hill. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now it's Mahomes again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, LeBlanc. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Hero 15. Yellow.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offensive veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to run that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Yellow. Attack, attack.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
Yellow.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Broncos.
Now a handoff up the middle. LeBlanc. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Yellow. There's no rule, lady.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And he fires one incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Mike Evans with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working out of the gun is Dart. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. He's going to keep this again. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But I think Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Gang. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. To throw now. Dart. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you can see finding the end zone hasn't been much of a problem for him. He enters this final week of the season as the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Up the middle they go. LeBlanc. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. LeBlanc. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. 2 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Now pull. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. Olave over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
7 brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, LeBlanc. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Broncos.
Again, they run it with Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
This is Pollard. Broken tackle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They run it with Pollard. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Jets are right back in this football game.
I think this will win a ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Throwing his dart. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Dart. Now they go straight. It's complete. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. That's down the field for Jefferson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Here we go. This is 4th down.
19, Tiger, 19.
Here's Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again. Here's Dart. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
2nd and 15.
To the air, Dart. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
He's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing his dart. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
31-yard line.
Yellow. Up the leg. Yellow.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Up the middle they go. Polk down to about the 22 here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Yellow. 180.
They'll run again. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Yellow. There's a blue lady.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Got his man, Okonkwo. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitter's getting to see him.
I'm in a tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh.